What's going on, guys? Welcome to a lovely afternoon here at the Upsaw Shop. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. We just got out here to the shop and we are working on a Stihl FS55R. As you can see, it's got a couple pull rope issues going on. It's got some carburetor issues. It's got some air filter issues. And the head is missing on it. So we got a donor FS44 out there. It's kind of the blocky, older, square body weed whackers. And hopefully we're going to be able to use the head off of that one on this one. And got us a HIPA carburetor kit. Comes with the fuel lines, carburetor, spark plugs, new fuel filters, air filter. Yep. So, a couple of spare purge bulbs and some gaskets. We're going to turn around, bring you over to the bench. We're going to get to repairing this thing, throwing this carburetor on. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to pop the spark plug because we have no clue if this thing runs. We checked, we made sure that it has compression. We want to go ahead and make sure it's got spark before we go too far. The old trusty 1 pound hammer. Gives us a chance to look at it, see how this thing was running back in the day. All in all, that is what you want to see when you take a spark plug out. Gap looks good. I'll cut this light off and maybe you guys can see it. Nice blue. Nice blue and hot spark. That is one step in the right direction. We're going to go ahead and take our 8mm. Pop these air filter, this air box nuts. Get off of me. This kind of was one of the deals where someone brought it and said, it doesn't run, can you get it fixed? We're going to take forceps and work these fuel lines off. That's your return line, and that is your fuel line. Fuel line actually looks pretty decent here. We'll look at this other one, see if it matches, and it does. If you're in this deep, you might as well go ahead and put a new one in. Work that grommet around the tank till she pops in. Alrighty, there she went. Rotate it just a little bit. Push down in the middle. Make sure everything is seated. I always like to lay them on top. Make sure all the holes line up, which they do. That gasket's cut a little bit bigger and it actually fits that intake a lot better than the OEM one did, to be honest. It's a little pinhole at the top here for your throttle cable holder to go in. Make sure it seats in. Go ahead, hook the fuel line up. may bring the return line up inside of here. I think that'll work better. And that's the return line. Slide everything back into place. Get these nuts started. Good and snug, not too tight. Check, see if our air filter fits, and it does. Cover back on. You got one bolt here you need to take out. It's 3 total on the back side. 2's at the bottom. 3 is tucked in beside the gas tank. So you see how these got that notch? And what that notch is for is you want to reach inside. Pull your extra rope. Or you can hook the string in that notch. Sometimes it's a little bit of a booger to do. Hard to really do on camera. Get it in that notch. Just like that. And then you want to turn it 1 or 2 times counterclockwise on this one. We're going to go 1 time. Hold it, pull your slack, and let it go. Yeah, there she is. Get your impact. 15 millimeter. Take it out, loosen it. And it looks like somebody's already cut the spark arrestor off of this, which is, yeah, probably why it stopped up that good. Let's take a screwdriver. Tap her out. Dirt daubers love to get inside of mufflers. You don't want any of this to get sucked back and wind up in the cylinder. And be careful, because there's a little remnant of the spark arrestor. That's a finger getter is what that is. Stick it back on. Give her a little snuggins. Everything's got a little grommet it's supposed to sit in. In there. Yes, we are. And all my mix is 40-1. Most time I use red armor. This right here is the blue Husky XP oil. Mixed with some, I think it's 90 octane recreation fuel. You can get it at the marina, close to a marina for boats. We adjusted, if you have play in your throttle cable, this little screw, if you tighten it down, it pivots and pulls the cable. If you go too far with it, your weed whacker won't go to idle. What I look for when I barely press the trigger is this thing moving up and down. If it moves up and down, I just barely give it a little bit. Let's go outside and see if she fires. Alright. Alright. Choke is up. I don't think it's got a high idle. It does. Built into the trigger. That's pretty cool. See if she pops. That's a good sign. Choke's off. High idle's on. Alright, so what I want to do here, I want to take the opportunity to show you how to tune a weed eater. So, we started this up, it sounded like it was about to die. So I immediately opened the low side screw, like a half of a turn probably. It got better. So I went another quarter, and then the idle started dropping. So on that idle, you want to turn it, well, it was already too far in, too far lean. Turn it out on the low side until she starts to die. And then you want to just turn it in until that idle picks up. So the screw that's closest to your cylinder is going to be the low side. Screw furthest away is going to be your high side. This is your idle. This controls pretty much when it's sitting there at idle. This controls wide open throttle. So what I'm going to do is start this thing up, and we're going to turn this screw in to make it leaner. And you'll hear the idle kind of come up, and then it'll start to die. And I'll turn it out until it starts to die. Then I'm going to turn it back in until the idle is pretty much at its highest point. Leaning it up. Quarter turn. You hear it coming up. Another quarter. Another quarter. Hear that surging. Any more, she'll start to die. Out a quarter. Out a quarter. Alright, you hear that drop. So I want to turn back in easy just until that idle picks up nice and smooth. Okay, so it's probably hard to hear on camera, but right here is about the optimal spot for it. Any more in and it kind of starts, you can hear it doing a little bit of surging. And where it's at, immediately at wide open throttle, it's on. No hesitation, no nothing. That is where you want your low screw. Now, the high side is tuned pretty rich right now, so you're going to hear this 4-stroke. It's like, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the gas. It's going to be 4-stroking. I'm going to lean it up a quarter turn at a time, and you'll hear it just kind of start screaming, and then you'll probably hear it kind of die off. From that point where it dies off, I'm going to turn it back out just until it wide open throttle with no load on it, just like this. I want a little bit of a 4-stroke. That is a 4-stroke. Quarter turn. That's a 4-stroke. That's 3. So when that thing goes from that burbly, burbly, burbly sound to a weep, that weep is not good. That is what you do not want. You don't want that. So from that, I turned it out just until it started that 4-stroke. So now, once you have it at wide open throttle, it should 4-stroke, and as soon as you start actual weed eating with it, it should clean up and be high. So we'll flip it around. I'm gonna get some safety glasses, and we'll give this thing a test run. All right, let's fire this thing up. Let's see how she does on some grass. Alright, so that right there is staying pretty rich most of the time. We're going to take this thing and we're going to turn it in probably about a 1/16 of a turn. Maybe an 1/8 of a turn. That's where we're going to leave it. Runs great. It restarts. It's snappy. It's torquey. That's where you want it, right there. So the Stihl FS55, great weed eater. Any of the Stihl weed eaters, the 55, if you step it up to like the 90, the 110, them things are just wicked good. I'd say hands down, torque wise, they top Husky in every way possible on the weed eater side. Especially the daggone, the 4 mixes. They're 4-stroke, but you run them with mixed fuel. They sound weird, they sound wicked. If you don't know what you're doing, they can be a joke to tune sometimes, just because you don't really have that 4-stroke with a 2-stroke up high, back to a 4-stroke, it's always 4-stroking, and it's hard to tell where that tune wants to be. But great freaking weed whackers. Oh man, you can't go wrong with them. I got a Husky 525 LS myself. RPM kings, no doubt, but they don't hold up torque wise the way that the Stihl weed whackers do. I don't know why they're so much better, but they are, and I hate to say that, but Stihl, you got Husky on the weed whackers. So I hope this video helped somebody. If not, leave me a comment. Let me know if there's anything different I could have showed you, explained things a little bit different, made things a little bit easier for you. Feel free to ask questions down in the comments. Talk amongst yourselves. It's how we all come together, learn, and hopefully this video will save you some money. So that right there came from HIPA. I want to say that carb was about maybe $20, $25-ish for the kit. You can't beat it. Is it OEM? No. Is it going to last 10 years like OEM? Probably not. But for $20 and $40 worth of my time going in it, you're $65 in. You could probably get 2 or 3 years out of it. Keep that thing going. I mean, you can't beat it. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Smash that thumbs up if you like it. Look down here in the corner and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you like what we're doing here, you think it's interesting, hit it. It's free. It helps us out. And it just helps us beat a little bit of algorithms. Not that we're going to beat it anyway, but we can at least try, right? You guys have a great upcoming work week. Come back and check us out next time on Dubs Saw Shop and see what we're into. Dubs, we out.